Hello, everybody, and welcome to my review for Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I have been playing this game for pretty much every day since it's come out. Really, it really has. Before this game came out, played Team Sonic Racing to kind of see the previous Sonic racing game before, and then I can compare it to Crossworlds. So. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's get right into it. So I've been playing this on PS5. So let's just get into the gameplay, because that's what we're here for. How does this game feel? Honestly, it feels really good. Driving in this is not hard, which I'm very thankful for. They didn't make the buttons too overcomplicated. It's very simple. You press again. I'm playing on PlayStation, so if you're playing on another thing, change the controls that I'm talking about to correspond with what you're playing on. But on the PS5, you just hold X to go, and then you actually use the top triggers to throw your item and drift. I have actually never used the top triggers in my life before, because I always use the back triggers. Using the top triggers is really weird for me, but that's what you use. I think you can use the back triggers too, but I just use the top ones. It's weird. So when you start the game, you have to do the first Grand Prix immediately, because you are kind of in baby mode at that point. They don't let you do online. They don't let you do pretty much anything until you do the first Grand Prix. So you have to do the first Grand Prix right off the bat. And we'll get to the Grand Prix and the courses and everything after. But coming back into this game after playing the open network test was like, I was just like, oh my god, it's been forever. And it really hadn't been, but I start playing it again, and I just went, "Oh my god, it's a bit. I've missed you, right? And the controls instantly came back to me, and I'm just like, "Oh, I'm back. I'm fully back now." So it's been a lot of fun. Like I said, it's very easy to control. The cars actually have different weight to them, in the same way that you play Mario Kart, and the bike feels different to a buggy, which feels different to a car. You get that with this. An extreme gear feels different to a car in this game. Definitely, I feel that. I'm more of an extreme gear guy, so I'm always using a board. I never used the cars. I used the car for the first race, and it felt very off, and then I switched back to extreme gear, and then I instantly was just clicking. So I'm an extreme gear guy. But that is... You have to, change that. And there's different types, right? Each car is different type. You have speed types, boost types, power types, technique types. Each car, there's different types of cars, in this. So, you choose accordingly which car type is, your favorite. Along every track, they have dash panels you can use to boost yourself. There is, of course, the items, which we will get to. So there's a bunch of items. Every track has a shortcut, which is a type of thing. Like, how Mario Kart, if you have a mushroom, you can boost over here and take a shortcut. You can do that in this game too. On the third lap of every course, a warp gate opens, and if you go through it, you get a shortcut. So always keep an eye out for that, because the track always changes for the third lap, which is a nice little thing. You're not racing the same track 3 times in a row. In this, you are racing pretty much differently every time, which is, that's nice, at the very least. And of course, there's the transformations, which are returning from Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. So when you go in different terrain, your vehicle changes. You're racing like a normal car, right? Then when you go on water, your thing changes to a boat. When you're flying, you get wings, So that is, that's fun. I would say how they handle, it's not bad, I don't think. Drifting in a water is a bit, but it does work. You don't really need to drift in flight mode. Flight mode is kind of just, you go straight, and try and hit one of the boost little rings every now and then to engage. You can drift, kind of. You hold down the drift button, and you can get a boost in flight mode, but your controls die. Like, you stop controlling the freaking vehicle. So it's like a risk thing, type of thing. So there is that. And of course, controls a basic thing. You can stop, you can reverse, all that type of stuff you'd expect in a kart racer. So There's also tricks. You can do tricks. Tricks grant you boost if you do a bunch of tricks in the air. They kind of charge up your boost, and then when you land, boom, you boost. You cannot fail a trick, which is something I'm not too keen on. This is something I think Team Sonic Racing did better. Is you have to make sure you do your tricks properly, because if you do a trick while you're about to hit the ground and you hit the ground, you screwed up, buddy. So it's like you got to make sure you time your tricks right, or you're screwed. That's not in this game. You can just spam the analog stick, and it doesn't matter. You'll always land perfectly, which is a bit something I'm like, that's kind of I kind of liked how you could kind of fail. Like there was a reason for you to time your tricks, and all that type of stuff. Okay, so now. Let's get into the big gimmick of the game. Crossworlds. Every second lap, you go through a warp ring to a different location. And you race in that different location for the second lap, and then in the third lap, you're back in your original track, but the course has been changed a bit to mix it up for the lap 3. So, like I said, every lap is kind of different, it's nice. It's a nice change, and also, it changes the scenery from you having to do 3 laps in a course, right? You get a bit of change of scenery in the second lap, which is fun. The Crossworlds we will get to. I don't know how I feel about them. So the item boxes. So here we go with item boxes. So of course you have Boost, which is the White Wisp. He's just regular Boost, right? He really is just regular Boost. Then of course there's Double Boost and then Triple Boost. And Triple Boost has one of the Wisps has a crown, and he's the long Boost, right? You get him last, and he's the long Boost that really pushes you. You get Laser. So what happens is some racers, when you get this is the Laser Wisp, so Cyan, some of them will get prisms appear above their heads. And if you get that, then the Wisp will then bounce off the lasers and push you forward. It's finicky, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Then there's Drill. You normally get this one when you're late, if down the pack, and you just become an indestructible Drill that just blows through them. Think of this as the bullet bill. You just blow through the competition. Then there's the Warp Ring. So the Warp Ring, I have actually never gotten this, and I have never seen this be used. So you would get this Warp Ring, and essentially you teleport to the vehicle ahead of you, and you crush them, right? You appear on top of them and kind of crush them. I have never seen this. I kid you not. This has never been used. I've never gotten it. No one's ever used it against me. I have never seen the Warp Ring be used before in my life, which is crazy. Then there's the Monster Truck, which is, you've seen the memes probably of this thing. Oh my god, of people using monster trucks right off the bat, it's freaking insane. So you become a monster truck and you crush all the opponents in your path, and you're invincible. And this is again something that's usually given to people in the back. Then there is Omo Chow. Omo Chow is an item in this. So Omo Chow, what he does is Omo Chow gives you rings. Rings are, of course, like the coins in Mario Kart. The more rings you have, the faster your speed goes. So you want to collect rings because that increases your default speed. So Omo Chow is like a ring guy. He'll give you a bunch of rings. You can get the 100 ring, which just gives you 100 rings. Then there is the red boxing glove, which is the homing attack. This is like the red shell, right? It homes, and then you can get the triple one. And then there's the green rocket punch, which is like the green shell, which is it doesn't lock on, but you can throw. If you throw it right, you can nail them. There is the slicer, which what this does is this cuts your opponent's vehicle in half. And I should say this, that when you take damage sometimes, like your car will get like destroyed. You could still race, but you're slower, and you can't do like if you get hit with like something like this in midair, you can't do any more tricks until your car repairs itself. So like, and I do think that the car repairing itself takes way too long at times. Like I think they could have sped that up a bit. Then there's the bomb, which is it's a bomb. You just throw the bomb. If you hold the bomb for longer though, it will get bigger and stronger. So there's an incentive to not just throw it away right away and just hold on for it, so you can like let it get bigger. Then there's King Boom Boo. He's the devil. He is your blue shell. He is the blue shell, and he is unavoidable. You cannot stop this man unless you use an item at the right time, right? It's like the blue shell. You can't avoid the blue shell unless you have like, what is it, like the speaker thing, and you blast it and it gets rid of the blue shell. There is one way to stop him, and I believe it's the only way to stop him, and that's with another item, which we'll get to. He sucks, man. Now, the thing with the King Boom Boo is he actually hurts the people behind, because what he does is he, like, unleashes like water geysers up into the air, and the water geysers go past the person in first place, so you have to avoid them as well. So it doesn't just hurt the person in first place, it also hurts the person in, the other places behind him. As someone who's almost always in the front of the pack, I hate this guy so much. I can't tell you how many times this guy just ruined my day. Oh, God. Then there's the slime, which is you just drop slime on people. It's worse than the ink in Mario Kart, because this thing slows your vehicle down, and you drop items, and it takes forever to get rid of the slime, right? Because you're supposed to like move your thumbstick around to get rid of the slime, but that doesn't do anything. He's just there. Then there's a weight, which you drop a weight on people. This only affects the person in first and second place. It makes them drop an item, and you're kind of squished, and you're slow for a bit. Hate this thing. This thing has also ruined my day. Then there's Dark Chow. Yes, Omo Chow's not the only Chow. Dark Chow shows up, and all he does is he just, like, changes your items. He forcefully changes your items. So he's not too bad. But he does scare you a bit, because he comes in the same little warp ring that the weight and the slime do. So you see the warp ring, and you're like, oh my god, and then it's just a Dark Chow, and you're like, oh, thank god. There's Void, the Void Wisp, which what he does is he sucks in rings and item boxes towards you, and if items are attacking you from the back, he will eat them. So he kind of saves you from attacks from the back. There is the Shield, which this is the only way so far you can dodge King Boom Boom. Is you put the shield on and you just become invincible. You become like encased in metal, you're invincible, and sometimes you'll get a boost. Yeah, he's the only way you can stop King Boom Boom. And I should say you can stop a lot of the other attacks like weight and the slime if you have a boost in your hand, and before the warp ring like fully drops it on you, if you use the boost, you can boost away from it. So there is a way to avoid those as well. There's Tornado, which creates a tornado around you, and this like covers you, this shields you from attacks, and if you get too close to someone, you can hit them with the tornado. So it's like a double whammy thing. There's a spiked ball, which is just a hazard. You just throw the spiked ball. Magnet is you throw a magnet and it draws in the machines around it, and if it fully latches onto them, it slows them down. So yeah, and that's the items. So it's a good assortment of items. I think the items are very good. Like they make sense on paper, absolutely. In actual usage, oh god, the way the slime and King Boom Boom just ruin my life every single day. So let's get into now characters, the character roster. So the character roster is very big. I think it's bigger than we all thought it would be. So they take a lot of the characters from TSR, bring them back, and they actually remove a character from TSR who is not in this, which is the Chow, which is you could drive a bunch of Chow in TSR for no goddamn reason. But everyone else from TSR is here, and we also added some new people. So the base roster is Amy, Jet, Storm, Wave. So it's nice to see the Babylon Rogues back, because, it's a racing game. They should be here. Big, Blaze, Cream and Cheese, who is here for the first time. Dr. Eggman, the Egg Pawn, who is here to fill out this roster. Knuckles, Metal Sonic, Tails, Sage, Silver, Sonic, Charmy, Espio, Vector, Omega, Rouge, Shadow, Zavok, and Zaz. That's the base roster. Now, there is unlockable characters that you can get. You can unlock a skin for Sage to unlock her like red corrupted version, because she's the blue-white one. You can get her red and black version that she was mainly in Frontiers. You get that by defeating the final Grand Prix. That's your reward. You get that. And there is a special unlockable character, which is Supersonic. Supersonic is in this game as a character, And the way to unlock him is you have to beat everyone in the game once. This ties into a mechanic in the game, which we will now get to, which is the rival mechanic. So every time you play a Grand Prix, the game will assign you a rival, which is a character who their AI has kind of been amped up. They're like, you're going to be like your thorn in your side pretty much the whole game. So if every other AI is like, super easy, this one will be on your ass and cause you trouble. And it's always random. You can choose who your rival is if you don't like the one that's selected to you, and you can up their difficulty or lower their difficulty as well. And what you have to do is you have to beat every rival once. Once everyone is beaten, Supersonic is unlockable, and Supersonic is broken. He is only available to use in Grand Prix. You cannot use him in any other mode. You can't use him online for the simple fact Supersonic is invincible. He doesn't take damage. You cannot lose rings with him. No attack hurts him. Supersonic is incredibly OP, and it makes sense why he's not there. Now, of course, there's DLC characters in this game as well. The DLC characters are paid ones for the season pass, and then there is free ones that you get. So the DLC characters so far at the time of recording that we know from the season pass is Steve and Alex from Minecraft, Steve, Alex, and the Creeper from Minecraft, Pac-Man and the Ghosts, which is Inky, Pinky, Blinky, and Clyde from Pac-Man. Then there is Mega Man and Proto Man from Mega Man, SpongeBob and Patrick from SpongeBob, and then we have characters from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Avatar who have not been announced yet. So those are the paid characters that you can get. You can also get paid characters from Sonic Prime, which is 9, Knuckles the Dread, and Rusty Rose, the variants from Sonic Prime. You can get them as well. Then there is free characters where every month Sega will drop a free character for you. So even if you don't get the paid characters, you at least still get something, which is how you keep your customer base happy and keep them coming back, because every month there is a new character for them to play as. So they get a new character, new music that goes along with the new character, and a new car for that character, which is really nice. For the paid ones, you get the characters, you get a new car, you get a new track, and you get new music, and you get new stickers, new cosmetics for your car. So you do get a lot from just buying that character pack. So it is value for money, So the free characters that we know of so far is the game launch with Hatsune Miku as a free character. Then after her will be Joker from Persona 5, then Ichiban Kazuka from Yakuza, and then somewhere down the line, presumably after Kazuka, is Knights from Nights into Dreams. So Sega has said that they will be using Sega characters to fill out for your free characters. There has been speculation that we'll get some more Sonic characters in there as well, but that's just speculation for the moment. And of course, there was a pre-order bonus character, which was Sonic the Werehog. The Werehog is a pre-order bonus character who I don't know if you can buy him separately, because I got him pre-ordered, so I just got the code for him. If you can buy him separately, then there you go. What you get for the Werehog is you get the Werehog, you get his car, you get cosmetics for him, and you get some Sonic Unleashed songs. So you get that for him as well. I should say the DLC characters do not have voices in this, which is a shame. The only one who speaks is Hatsune Miku, and that's because she's not real. They can just, text to speech her, so, But it does suck that none of the other characters speaks. But Sega said they wanted to cause the least amount of trouble as possible for the third parties, which I can understand, but it also sucks that I won't get to hear SpongeBob talk, But those are the characters. That's the rival system. I think the rival system is really fun. You get dialogue options before every Grand Prix that you do. The characters speak to one another, which is really good. It makes them feel alive. It makes the characters feel like we're not just, racing, right? Like they feel like they're alive, and the characters speak during the race, right? Like they have dialogue during the race. Like when you do a boost pad, Sonic will just go like woohoo, like stuff like that. When you throw items at them, they'll have like witty banter with each other. Like the characters feel alive. It feels like lived in, that's what I want for this, right? I don't want to feel like I'm just playing and nothing's happening. It's monotonous. No, like the characters speak to each other, Like that's fun. That's fun. But yeah, that's the rivals mechanic. Those are the character rosters. When it comes to performances, I'm gonna be honest with you. The Sonic cast's voice performance has been a topic of contention. I do believe that most of them bring it. I think Roger's good as Sonic. I think my Dave B. Mitchell is good as Knuckles. I think Colleen's really good as Tails in this one. Like, she's really nailed Tails for this one. I think Mike Pollock's still good as Eggman. I actually think like Karen is actually pretty good as Rouge in this one. She doesn't sound like Grandma Rouge too much in this one. There are instances where she like you can hear the grandma-ness, but she actually doesn't sound too bad in this one. And they went out their way to give Rouge a lot of sexy poses in this one, which I do appreciate. They did, unfortunately, cover her back. But there is some sexy Rouge poses, and her bust is back. So, you know, small victories here and there. The one person who is just ruining this is Amy Rose, and it has nothing to do with Cindy Robinson. It is the writing. Amy Rose's writing in this game is 95% piss poor. Cindy sounds like Minnie Mouse. It's ear shattering, and I switched to Japanese audio, and goddamn it, does that sound like the Amy Rose I know and love? It really, really does. So I switched to Japanese audio, and I'm listening to all of them speaking Japanese, and I much prefer it. Which I think is what I'm going to do for most Sonic games now. So, then we move on to now the racetracks. So, the racetracks and the cup. So, the first cup is the Donpa Grand Prix. This is the Donpa Cup. You get the E-Stadium, Rainbow Garden, and Water Palace in this. E-Stadium is your standard stadium thing. It's an introduction. It is introducing you to playing the game normal. Then Rainbow Garden introduces you to the flight mechanic, because there's a brief flying section in there. And then Water Palace introduces you to the water mechanic. So that's what the whole point of this Grand Prix is to introduce you to one aspect of, you know, each terrain. Each track is good too. I think all three of these tracks are real fun. I think they're real nice. And then we have the Wisp Cup, which has Metal Harbor, Sand Road, and Colorful Mall. Metal Harbor is a real fun course. It's got some optional air elements. There's an optional air section, but if you don't like the air stuff, you can take a bottom path as well. It's real nice. It's a real good homage to SA2. Sand Road is really good. There is an optional water path you can take in this one. Really good, and the soundtrack for this one is freaking crazy. And then Colorful Mall, which is our answer to Coconut Mall from Mario Kart Wii, is in this. And I gotta say, real fun. I really like this one. This is a really nice mall track. And there's like little shortcuts in this one that you gotta find. Then there's the Boom Boo Cup, which has Mystic Jungle, Apotos, and Wonder Museum. Mystic Jungle and Apotos are two of my least favorite tracks in this whole game. So it sucks that they are back-to-back against each other. Mystic Jungle is mainly because of the water section, because this course is based off Sonic Forces, and it's got those damn water sections, which I hated in Sonic Forces, and now I have to hate them here. They have screwed me up so much. It's not fun. Then there's Apotos, which its crime is that it has so many like narrow ways that you're just bumping into walls constantly. It's just freaking annoying, dude. But thankfully Wonder Museum breaks that, and Wonder Museum is a real fun course of you driving around a museum with a lot of references to stuff. There's a lot of good references to the Sonic series in the Wonder Museum. Then we have the Pumpkin Grand Prix, which has Crystal Mine, Ocean View, and Pumpkin Mansion. So Ocean View is the only Sonic course in this one. Pumpkin Mansion takes elements from other courses, like the mansion that you get in Sonic Heroes, and like Mystic Mansion from Sonic Heroes, and Pumpkin Hill from SA2. They kind of mashed those together for this one. Ocean View, like I said, that's a staple for a Sonic racing course, and it's based off Seaside Hill from Sonic Heroes. And then Crystal Mine's entirely new. All these courses are fun. I like all of these courses. Crystal Mine is the most, if I had to say, simpler one is this one. Ocean View is kind of simple too, but it has like a couple of diverting pathways that keep it interesting, and Pumpkin Mansion is the trickier one. There's a great thing in lap 3 with Pumpkin Mansion where you have to stay on like an invisible path for that one. That's really fun. Then there is Coral Grand Prix, which is Urban Canyon Market Street, and Coral Town Market Street is the only one that is based off a game in this one. It's, of course, based off of, oh my god, Rooftop Run from Sonic Unleashed. Coral Town might be from Sonic Rush Adventure with Coral Cave, but don't quote me. But that's what I thought of when I saw this. And then Urban Canyon's new. So all 3 of these courses are really fun. I think they're all really good. I think Coral Town's the one I like the least out of this one, but I still like the course, right? But all 3 of these courses are good. Then there is the Crystal Cup, which is Blizzard Valley, Radical Highway, and Chow Park. Blizzard Valley is entirely new. This one is, I think, the one I don't like the most out of this one. It's just because of the constant... This one has the most hazards because it's got, like... Of course, you're racing in a blizzard, so the course is slippery for bits. So you have to, like... It's like you're racing on ice, right? And then there's a lot of snow that you have to avoid because the snow will... slow you down. Then Radical Highway is a really good recreation of Radical Highway. That's a lot of fun. And then Chow Park, I believe, is supposed to be based off of Twinkle Park from Sonic Adventure. It's real fun. It's really nice racing in a theme park. And then we have the final cup, which is the Egg Cup, which is Dompa Factory, Aqua Forest, and Eggman Expo. Aqua Forest is, of course, based off of the one from White... No, not White Cave. From what is it? What's it called? It's a writer's course. I'm forget the name's blanking on me right now. But then you have Dompa Factory, which is entirely new, which is meant to be King Dompa's like factory where he makes his cars. And then Eggman Expo is just a massive homage to Eggman. There's just so many Eggman references in that one. I love it. You get like a bunch of different type of bagnicks lining the course as you drive. The Egg Dragoon attacks you in lap 3. So does the Death Egg Robot from Sonic 2. It tries to attack you in lap 3. There's a section that's similar to Chemical Plant. You have to avoid Eggman's Wrecking Ball at the beginning from like Sonic 1. His Sonic Unleashed statue from Eggman Land is there. And the entire song is a remix of his theme song from SA1. So it's just a big love letter to Eggman, which is fun. By beating all of these Grand Prix, you notice it was 7 Grand Prix. Every time you beat a Grand Prix, you get a Chaos Emerald. There you go, look at that. So getting all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds unlocks the Secret Grand Prix, which consists of Kronos Island, North Star Islands, and White Space. Of course, Kronos is Kronos Island from Sonic Frontiers. North Star Islands is like a medley of all the different courses from Sonic Superstars, and then White Space is the Shadow Generations version. Kronos Island is my favorite course in this whole game because I love Sonic Frontiers. This feels like Sonic Frontiers, and the music is unbelievable for this one. So every course has a lap 1 and a lap 3 version, right? You get a lap 1 version and then you get a lap 3 version. The lap 3 version is usually more intense. Usually add like choir stuff to this, right? To make it more intense. For Kronos, they decided for lap 3, they were just going to do a remix of I'm Here Revisited. And that's the best decision you can make. I love this course all the time. I have to play 1 round on Kronos Island before I turn it off every time. And then a lot of the collab courses that you get with the third parties are going to be put into cups along the way, but not all of them have been revealed yet. But eventually, when everything is done, you can have like season pass cups. And of course, we have the Crossworlds that you go into for the second lap. So we have Sky Road, then we have Roulette Road, Kraken Bay, Golden Temple, Magma Planet, Hidden World, Steampunk City, Dragon Road, Holoska, Galactic Parade, Dinosaur Jungle, Sweet Mountain, White Cave, Cyberspace, and Digital Circuit. So out of all of these, the ones that are new is Golden Temple, Steampunk City, and that's it. Those are the only 2 like made up ones that you get. Everything else is from a previous game. For example, like, Hidden World is the Hidden World from Sonic Lost World. Dragon Road is Dragon Road from Unleashed. Galactic Parade is from Sonic Colors. I believe that's not Starlight Carnival. Oh, it's another one of the ones from Sonic Colors. Forgive me, right? And then Cyberspace from Frontiers. That's got another killer soundtrack. Seriously, there's a they put a sax in that one, dude. And then there's a time trial thing you can do for time trial only, which is a really cool course as well, by the way. And speaking of the other modes, there's the other modes that you have in the game. So besides just having the Grand Prix you can do, there is no story for this game, right? This game doesn't have a story mode. But it has a lot of things for you to do. So, of course, there is online. You can play online with your friends, go into lobbies, all that type of stuff. Whenever a new DLC character comes out, a festival event starts where you're all put into, like, teams, and the winning team at the end who has the most points gets rewards. And by doing the festival, you get stuff like, banners, stickers, stuff like that. But besides online, there is, of course, the Grand Prix. So there's 8 Grand Prix for you to play in over and over again. Then there is the race park. So the race park is you race against AI robot teams of the other characters in the game in different modes. So the different modes is there is a triple team ring grab, which is there are 3 teams and you have to gather the most coins, the most rings. Gathering rings fills a bar up on the top. When the bar is full, your entire team gets a boost in invincibility, right? And then at the end of the race, they tally who had the most rings combined, and that team gets a bonus. But you also want to get, a good ranking in your thing. It's like TSR. You got to make sure your team gets good rankings in the race, but also get enough coins. Then there is the triple team tap boost, just the same thing, except, bumping into your allies, gives you speed. Something like, again, TSR. There is the double team shootout, which is 2 teams and you've got a bunch of weapons, right? Then there is double team dash panel, which is the same thing. There's a bunch of dash panels on the thing, on the track with 2 teams. There is quick match, which is standard 12 racer race. It's you versus the 3 rivals on your own. Then there's extreme match, which is the same thing as quick match, except you only have like the big heavy hitting items. And then there's custom match, where you can make your own rules and whatever track you want, right? Custom match is also a way for you to get to see a lot of the winning motions, because every time a character wins a Grand Prix, they have a winning motion with a little comment and all that. And there's a lot of references to be found in that, like Sonic says, up, over, and gone, and I'll play with you some other time. From there too. There's a lot of references to be had in those ones, which are very fun. You can actually activate those in custom match too, so that's fun. But there is stuff to do in Race Park. You have to beat all the teams. Once you beat all the teams, the game tells you, all right, do it again, and you gotta beat them all a second time. And then after you beat them all a second time, you unlock a special car, which is pretty much just Sonic's car, but gold. So, it's bragging rights. So you can do all that, and you can unlock all the AI versions as skins for the characters. I will tell you how to do that later. So that is Race Park. Then, of course, there is time trial, right? You have time trials where you go through the course and you try to get the fastest time. But there is an incentive to getting A rank or higher. There is an incentive. Every 3 A ranks you get, so pretty much every Grand Prix Cup you get an A rank for, you will unlock new music for your jukebox. So, for example, doing the Donpa Cup first and getting A rank in all the courses unlocks Sonic Frontier songs for you to use in your jukebox. Then you unlock, Sonic Mania songs, or Sonic Zero Gravity songs, or Sonic Superstar songs, and Sonic Colors songs. You're like, this is how you unlock songs for your jukebox. So there is an incentive to get A rank or higher. And it's a lot of fun. You don't only need to do the regular courses. You can get A ranks and time trials in Crossworlds. So this is where you can go 3 laps in a Crossworld too. There's different speeds, right? Because like a racing game, you have different speeds. And you unlock the speeds while playing the game. You have normal speed, high speed, sonic speed, and supersonic speed. So normal speed is the slowest, supersonic is the fastest. You can't ever play supersonic speed in online. The highest thing when you start is sonic speed, and then you unlock supersonic speed by beating all the Grand Prix on Sonic Speed. Then you unlock Supersonic Speed. And by beating all the Grand Prix, you unlock Mirror Mode. So there's Mirror Mode for you to play there as well. So there's, like I said, there's stuff for you to do. And that's the time trials. Then there is... Then there is the relationships, the friendships tab that you can do. So what this is this has been equated to the bare bones equivalent of the closest we're going to get to a Sonic dating sim. You essentially, every time you win a race, you get Donpa tickets. And you can use Donpa tickets to do stuff like unlock car parts for your car, unlock, a new horn or new stickers. Like, Donpa tickets are the currency in the game. You can give your a certain character Donpa tickets, and that will then raise their friendship level, and they will then give you rewards like decals or banners and stuff like that. And this is how you unlock the AI suits, is by getting a bunch of Donpa tickets and getting your whatever selected character you want, getting their friendship level up high enough to unlock it. So again, incentivizing you, play the game so you get Donpa tickets. And you can't buy them. You cannot buy them with real money. You have to play the game. Okay? None of this microtransaction BS. You gotta play the game. There's challenges. The challenges are just your achievements. They're just achievement hunting, right? And there is special credits that you get, by the way. You get a special credit when you beat all the rivals. So you get a first credit when you win all 7 Grand Prix. Then you get a special second version when you beat all the rivals. And once you get that version, the title screen changes and the menu music changes to now have lyrics. So that's fun. It's like a bragging right. Like, see, I beat it. So you get the change, So, there's like that. I should say for soundtrack, going off of the music for this game, most of the music in this game is just fine. It's standard racing music. Some of them stand out more than others. The ones that stand out to me is Sand Road, both versions. Then, of course, the Kronos Island one for both versions. White Space is all right. That's a remix of the Shadow Generations White Space version. Cyberspace is awesome. Sweet Mountain remix is good too. Digital Circuit's fun. That's a really good song as well. Those are the ones that pop out of my head where I'm like, yeah, those are the ones where I'm like, I would listen to you all the time. Like, I definitely would, right? So those are the ones that like stick out to me the most with the soundtrack. And when you look through, like, the soundtrack is even bigger than just the songs in this, because like I said, you then have all the returning songs that you unlock in the jukebox. So to go through that as well. And if you want, you can set those songs to play during the race. So if you want, you could race 3 laps listening to Sonic Speed Riders if you wanted to, or listening to His World play the entire time. Like, you can do that if you want. And again, sticking to music, during the victory animations for every character under the BT Grand Prix, they have a little jingle that plays, and there are references. So Sonic's is It Doesn't Matter from SA2, Tails is Believe in Myself from SA2, Knuckles is Unknown from ME from Sonic Adventure, Amy's is Sweet Passion from Sonic Adventure. Cream and Cheese are actually the Cream and Tails demo from Sonic Advance 2, which is crazy that they actually remixed that. Silver is Dreams of an Absolution, Blaze is Vila Nova, Shadow is All Hail Shadow, Rouge is Flying the Freedom, like, stuff like that. And they all do like a dance too. Sonic's got a cool one. Jet's got a cool one. Wave has she's got freaking sauce, man. What the hell? Her dance moves are crazy. But yeah. So everyone's got like, a little thing there. And again, it just adds the aesthetic, right? It just makes it all, like, that's nice. It's nice. So that is Sonic Racing Crossworlds, where I'm going to leave it here. That's where I'm going to leave it here. Sega has said that they have plans for this game for they put out a roadmap, and the roadmap goes to like next year. So at least for this next year, they have like stuff planned. But they said they plan for this game to last them a long time, many years in the future. They plan for this game to this will be like their Sonic racing game for the next couple years. They're just going to keep updating it. And that's I think that's a great idea. It just treat it like a mobile game. Just keep adding it updates, like you do with like Sonic Dash or Sonic Forces Speed Battle. Just keep updating it every now and then. Have new festivals, right? Have new online things to have people come to. Keep updating it with new things for, you know, like maybe new characters or new gadgets, right? Like just add stuff like that will keep people coming back and wanting to play the game, because it is fun. But if you just kind of leave it for a bit, people kind of be like, oh well, they're kind of done with it. But if they keep updating, I think this game has a lot of longevity to go to. So on the whole, what do I think? I love this game. I think this game is great. I play it almost every day, right? So it's a lot of fun, man. Like, I think this game is obviously much better than TS Sonic Racing. Absolutely. We are continuing the streak of great Sonic games. We really are, right? Sonic Frontiers, Shadow Generations, Sonic Racing Crossworlds, where we're continuing the trend of Sega getting Sonic back on track. We really are. I love this game. It was so fun to watch all the promotion for it, watch everything about it, right? Watch like all the new reveals, watch the crosstalks that they were doing, watch all their trailers, watch the animation they put out for it. It was so nice to see all the marketing for it and get so excited for it. And it's here, and I'm so glad it lives up to what I thought it would be, or what I hoped it would be. And that is the second time they've done it for me. They did it with Shadow Gens, and they've done it here again. So I'm super happy with it. I'm really happy with this game. I can't say it's the best Sonic Racing game because I haven't played every Sonic Racing game, but at the moment, it is my favorite Sonic Racing game. I will play the other ones, of course, down the line to really get a feel, and then, you know, maybe I'll do a definitive Sonic Racing game ranking. But for the moment, this game is my favorite Sonic Racing game. I love it. I am going to give this game a strong, I would say 8.5 out of 10. I know I just praised the hell out of it, but it does have its problems. Like, for example, it has the Mario Kart effect where you could be racing a perfect race and then just one item comes and you're just like, oh, it's all gone, right? Your skill meant nothing. Just someone got lucky with an item and you're fucked. You know, like that's a problem. It does have the problem where randomly when you drift in the opposite direction, and that has screwed me over multiple times, especially when playing a time trial and you have to get your drifts and your movement perfect, and I'm racing, and then all of a sudden Sonic just veers off course to nowhere near where I wanted. That is annoying. Well, it's got problems, man. It really does have its own problems. Like I said, you do end up, right? And it's the same thing with any game. Just, you do end up at times going like, how long have I been playing this? Okay, I guess I'll keep playing. You do get a bit of monotony, especially when you've completed everything, right? When you've played the game so much that there's really nothing to do anymore, you're kind of like, I guess, right? But I mean, that's the reason why Sega's going to keep updating this, so there's always stuff for you to do, right? So yeah, that is Sonic Racing Crossworlds. You know what? I'm ending it. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 because, yes, I have problems with it and I stated them, but the positives outweigh the negatives. I give it a 9 out of 10. That is Sonic Racing Crossworlds. For me, it is a 9 out of 10. So thank you guys all so much for watching. I called you guys. What do you think of Sonic Racing Crossworlds? Let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you guys all next time. Take care.